Hey, it's Kenn Schroder, web designer for coaches. And in this video, I'm going to show you a great way to create a visual that you could use on your website to show the value of coaching. And we're going to talk about the Venn diagram. So just let me back up a second. For most coaches who are starting out in their business, or even if they've been in business for a little while, their main goal is to get clients. They may have none or a few, but they want to get up to a steady 10. And in doing so, these coaches want to build their credibility. They want a website that reflects what they do and shows the value of coaching. So the main goal for the coaches is to get clients. So, you'll put content on your website, words and visuals and all kinds of good stuff. And one thing we're going into today is creating a visual that shows the value of coaching. So, and it's the Venn diagram. Okay, so let me go into quickly what is a Venn diagram. So a Venn diagram is essentially it's a way to talk about collections. Okay, so for an example, let's say this white space on the screen that you see now represents all of the animals in the world. And of those animals in the world, some animals are in Asia and some of them are not. And so I have a pink circle here that represents all of the animals that are in Asia. And outside of this collection, outside of this circle, are the animals that are not in Asia. Okay? So of all the animals in the world, maybe there's, I don't know, maybe 1 million or 2 million, I don't know. It could be quite a million animals that are in Asia, and then all the rest of them will not be in Asia. So inside the circle is included in the collection and outside is not. Okay, so if I talk about all the animals, okay, so again, the white space represents all of the animals in the world. And another way we can separate the animals is talk about all the four-legged animals. So there are four-legged animals, two-legged animals, no-legged animals, like a bird. But inside this circle represent all four-legged animals, like cats, dogs, elephants, giraffes. And outside of this would be animals that are not four-legged. So you could have, again, like birds, fish. You can have a kangaroo. It's got 2 legs and 2 arms. So you have animals that are 4 legs and animals that do not have 4 legs. So outside of the circle are animals that are not 4-legged. Okay, so basically I've just shown you 2 different collections. The animals that are in Asia and animals not in Asia, 4-legged and not 4-legged. And what's interesting here is that there are 4-legged animals that are in Asia. So actually these 2 circles should, let me move them over, intersect. Because where they intersect are all 4-legged animals that are in Asia. Okay, so the Venn diagrams become fun, interesting, exciting, and educational, and they really engage you and make you think when you get to this intersection point. So again, this intersection point represents all 4-legged animals that are in Asia. So let's see if I got this right. So lions are in South Africa. I think leopards, tigers. I think leopards are in the Americas and tigers are in Asia. So a tiger would be a 4-legged animal that's in Asia. And if I got that wrong, just post a comment and correct me on that. Excuse me. And okay, so again, what's interesting here is this is how Venn diagrams work to teach. You have, they can be more than 2 circles. It can be 3 circles, etc. But a very simple form that we're going to use is 2 circles, and showing that the intersection point is where we get interesting 4-legged animals in Asia. That's where the magic happens. That's where things get interesting. And so let's switch over to coaching. And coaching, we want to show the value of coaching, and we want, and a great thing to put on your website is a visual that indicates this. And if you read from gurus or mentors who write books, and they teach you little things in those books with diagrams, you'll often see something like a Venn diagram, and they'll talk about success comes from hard work and dreaming big, and then they'll show the circle. Wow, in the middle is where it's magical. Okay, so we're going to do that for you. So let's say this white space represents all of the success you've had in your life. Okay, now as I go through this example, you can tailor this to suit your coaching. If you're a health coach or a career coach or relationship coach or executive coach, you can tailor this to communicate whatever it is you want to communicate in your coaching. So in this example, I'll flow through it, and then I'll indicate where you can apply it to your coaching. So anyways, let's say, so for you and for me, let's say this white space represents all of the success that you've had in your life, or all the success you've had as a coach with your clients. Okay. And I'm going to ask you, what are two big reasons you've found clients have succeeded in working with you? What are the two, let's say, success factors that have led to success with you and your clients, or what works? What works for you? Okay, so I'm going to use two factors. One is setting great goals, and the other one is having good support. So it's easy to argue that, okay, if you set clear goals, ones that are in line with your values, ones that have a deadline on it and that are doable with maybe a little stretch, and maybe the goals are exciting, and you can argue that that's a very important factor for succeeding. So having good goals is one, and having good support, having people around you who will help you, motivate you, and be supportive instead of destructive, like tell you can't do it, or bring you down. So the two success factors I'm going to use, one is setting good goals, and the other one is having good support. So again, let's say this white represents all of the possible success you've had with your clients or in your life. Okay. Let me pop in okay. So one success factor, again, that says goals. So so again, the white represents all of the success you had in the world. And let's say the blue circle represents well-chosen goals. Okay. So inside this circle are all the goals that are well chosen, and outside of the circle are goals that are poorly chosen. They're bad goals. So like inside the circle would be, you have goals that are specific. You can, they are in line with your core values. They have a certain time limit on them. So there's a lot of factors that go into a good, well-chosen goals. And let's say there are bad goals, ones that are outside the circle, goals that you have. Let's say that you're 3 feet tall and you want to be at the NBA All-Star in 3 months from now. Well, that's a bad goal, because being 3 feet tall is going to be a big disadvantage. Being the best NBA player in 3 months from now, if you've never played basketball, you have a lot to learn. That's a bad, poorly chosen goal. But for that same person, maybe learning to ride horses very fast, or be a jockey, that might be or learning to at least ride the horse if they've never ridden before in 3 months. That might be a well-chosen goal. Okay, so goals, there are good ones and there are bad ones. And the other success factor that we're using is support. So as you work on your goals, you can have good support. Let's turn this other one off here. You can have good support and bad support. So inside good support, maybe you have good teachers in life. Maybe you have good parents who made you do your homework. Maybe there were some good resources or good textbooks you had that helped you learn and, let's say, graduate college. And then there's also bad support. Let's say you have, destructive relationships with, in your family, or, dysfunctional family where the parents were, I don't know, telling you can't do things. Maybe you had a school where you had some bad teachers. And so that's bad support. Okay, so in the white represents all the success you've had in life. The success that you've had is likely related to having good support. And where you've not succeeded, you've had perhaps bad support. And these are two success factors. So if I bring both success factors in, you can see that success factor one, well-chosen goals, and success factor two, solid support structure. The intersection is where you found that success often happens with you and your clients. So when you have well-chosen goals and a solid support structure, aka you have a good coach who helps you make good goals, keeps you accountable, in all the success you've had with your clients or in life, you found that well-chosen goals and a solid support structure, say that 10 times fast, uh, is how you succeed. And so if you make a diagram like this, and even if you just take this one and put it on your site, that's a good start. But if let's say you're a health coach, maybe it's a lot more about, proven good information, because there's a lot of information out there. It's a big challenge. So instead of well-chosen goals, maybe having good information as well as solid support structure might be the two things you found most helpful. But whatever success factors you've had or find that are important for you to communicate to your clients, you can use a Venn diagram, show a circle like this, and show that the intersection is where the magic happens. That's where coaching is great. Okay, so I think hopefully you've got the idea here. To sum it up, use a Venn diagram to show the success factors, and that when you intersect them is where the magic of coaching kicks in and your clients will do great. Okay, hope this was helpful. Kenn Schroder from Coaching Sites That Work, web designer for coaches. Get out there and make great websites, attract clients, because people are out there struggling and they are waiting for you to show up in their lives.